Mike Crispi is a candidate for Congress in New Jersey. He's running against an incumbent Republican who has long been opposed to your Second Amendment rights. We're happy to have him join us tonight. Mike, thanks so much for coming on. Are you surprised that Republican lawmakers who you thought were there to defend your constitutional rights, the second the New York Times tells them to oppose your constitutional rights, they obey?
You know, Tucker, the only thing worse than these Democrats like Jerry Nadler are Republicans, people who we donate money to, people who we elect time and time again. They're supposed to protect us. And unfortunately, the man I'm running against, who's been in Congress since Jimmy Carter was the president, Chris Smith, he is voting to arm the Ukraine, but disarm the wonderful citizens of New Jersey who just want to be able to protect themselves. But they can't do it with this type of madness, Tucker.
How does that work exactly? So you send billions of dollars of weapons, including a lot of automatic weapons, to untrained civilians in Ukraine. We don't even know where it's going, and no one is keeping track of it. But you don't trust your own citizens to be armed?
No, it's disgraceful, and it's America last. You know, Chris Smith voted to co-sponsor gun control legislation with AOC, Adam Schiff. You know, this is terrible, and he's been getting away with it, except for when President Trump himself called on Congressman Chris Smith to be primaried out of office because of his vote on the Second Amendment, his votes for the January 6th commission. So people need to wake up and elect real people who are going to put our country first and stop allowing these lifetime bureaucrats to protect themselves when they go to work. But for the people out there in New Jersey where the governor says he wants to, trample all over the Bill of Rights, they can fend for themselves. It's elitism. It's disgraceful. And thank goodness that President Trump himself called this out and called on Congressman Chris Smith to finally be retired after 42 years.
You know, I think even if I were a Democrat, I would agree with you because people deserve a choice. You shouldn't have only one option, right? It's 350 million people in the country. You should have at least two real political parties. We only have one, it feels like.
Yeah, it is the uniparty. I mean, you've been talking about this, and people are talking about it. It's a uniparty, and thank goodness that people are running in this cycle. Thank goodness that the America First movement is rising. And we're going to retire this rhino. And people all over the country are running on this banner to put our country first, finally. And I think we're winning this race because the sentiment, even in a state like New Jersey, where a lot of Republicans are angry, they're coming out for the primaries. And, President Trump gets involved in this race. It's the death blow to somebody who's been in since 1980. And nobody owns a seat in Congress. We need to elect our representatives. And right now, people want change because all they want, Tucker, is the country to be put first. This country, not Ukraine and America and the people of New Jersey. So hopefully we're going to give that to them here. And I think we're going to do it in a big way.
I don't think that's too much to ask. I appreciate your coming on. Mike Crispi, good to see you.
Thank you, Tucker.